Welcome back to Mentality. Today's topic is, whose responsibility is it to keep the fire burning in a relationship? We've heard what the men have had to say. Let's hit the streets and hear from the ladies.
I think both of them should, because it's both their responsibility for them to keep the fire burning. That is why both of them got into it. It is not about a man who just gets into the relationship and should keep the fire going. It's both of them. It's both their responsibility. That is what I think.
Both parties. I mean, if it's only one person working, the other person might feel left out, so it won't work well.
I think both of you should keep the fire burning. I mean, as in the two of you are in it. So it's not a matter of one person or one party. Both of you should keep the fire burning.
Clearly they don't agree with you, Quach.
They're chicks.
They're out there. She's here. We're joined in the studio by Janet Mbugua, television personality. Welcome, Janet.
Thank you so much, Ian. It's good to be here.
Okay.
I'm all riled up, though, by
Ooh.
this gentleman.
Yeah.
Oh,
This one.
go ahead. Go ahead.
Yes.
So whose responsibility is it in a relationship to keep the fire burning?
You know what? I think, to be fair, it's two-way, right? It comes from both sides. But what I will say is that there's a tendency for men to become complacent too soon into the relationship. And that's from experience and from talking to a lot of my friends and from what I've seen. There is that sort of tendency to become complacent.
Okay,
and assume that
explain how the man becomes complacent.
You know, as women, you know, we do like to initially, you know, we like to plan. I think a lot of women don't have a problem with that. Let's go out for lunch. Let's go say hi to my mom. Let's go shopping. After a while, though, you know, months into it, you don't want it to feel like a job, and that's what starts to happen because the men get very comfortable. She's got it covered. It's cool. She's sorted. And then you feel 6 months down the line, he's at home on a Sunday afternoon watching TV. You want him to show some gesture of, let's go camping, let's go for lunch, let's go for dinner. You don't want to keep being the one initiating it. It begins to feel like you're nagging.
So in other words, you're telling Quach, you don't want to baby the man.
I don't want to baby the man. I want him to.
From all of that, what you got is baby. I mean, listen. I mean, Janet, you've given great examples. Do you know what? Let's go for lunch. Sunday afternoon, you've been working Monday to Saturday. Sunday, you just need to chillax because Monday, it's up and running again. And you just want to chill and watch something. Let's go and visit Bali. Surely. You mean you've seen her once, twice, let's go visit. She doesn't want to come and visit my mom, all right? You want to go, you've got to go visit hers.
Not
and
necessarily.
you do that every Sunday, on the Sunday. Hell,
No, not necessarily.
You see, now she's taking initiative and you don't want that. That's why it's got to be you.
Yeah.
If
You have
you're
to
the
meet
one
me
who's
halfway.
doing that,
Yes.
then there
Yes.
won't be all that.
Now, that's why I repeat. Now, Janet, look at when relationships, right? This guy, he approached you, he wooed you, okay, and you said yes. Was that not enough?
It can never be enough. What, you woo me and then you're done? You're happy
Yes.
that you've got me in your den?
But
That's it. That's all that you needed from me.
Sambamba.
No, I'm your woman. I can't just, you woo me, we've gone out, and then it's like, okay, it's done and dusted.
Right.
The hardest part is done. Now I'm just going to sit back and relax.
It gets boring after
It gets
It
really
does,
boring,
it
and
does,
you
it
know,
does.
and like I said, you also start to feel insecure as a woman at some point because you're thinking, okay, it's been 3-4 months. It was beautiful in the beginning, but the novelty of the romance is bound to wear off. It becomes a relationship, but you don't want it to feel like it's hard work, like it's a job, and then he becomes comfortable with his routine and you and yours. What happened to us? What happened to that? The intimacy.
Sometimes we look at women like we do most beautiful prized asset. It's like a car. Okay?
That
It's like
car comparison again. Car comparison again.
Ian's X6.
X6.
Okay? You go to Bavaria Auto and you look at its showroom. Hey, Nene, very nice. Once, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times. You'll organize to acquire. Then you'll acquire it. You'll take it to the digs. You park it in the car park. Maybe on the first night you'll come outside in Yongoda and you look at it, hey, deadly, fantastical. Like, you'll not do that all night, every night. Okay.
We're not
got the
asking you
car.
to do that.
This car is not going to serve you if you don't maintain it, if you don't look after it.
That's what
You
I'm
still
saying.
need to service
It's going
it.
to, you know.
We do the servicing.
Yeah.
I don't even want to know what he's on about over there, but
Let me ask a question that you should have asked. Let's leave that story.
let's leave that.
Janet,
It's going
I think
somewhere
what
else.
Quach wanted to ask you
Yeah.
is you talked about experience. That you get into relationships and the guy checks out, becomes complacent, becomes pink, as I would say.
Yes.
And he's not doing his thing, he's not pulling his weight. Give us an example. How does this, happen?
I think most of the time, and again from talking to a lot of women, it does come down to what you do as a couple, what you do together. And it could be in all kinds of ways, whether it's visitings or outings or whatever it is. The whole point is that down the line, it's almost like the man assumes this is her role. And a lot of the time, again, we don't mind doing it, but the whole point is that we can't be the only ones doing it. We can't be the only ones pushing to do things that are intimate or things that make it special for us. Because why am I the one pushing for it? Why aren't you taking the initiative? Don't you think it's worth it for you to go out there and try and build our relationship in different ways? And we're not even asking for much.
Can I take your side?
Yes, sir.
I think sometimes you need to be fair on us. It's true we get there. I agree, and it's not good. It's not pretty. But there are reasons why we get there. Some of us have never had a model of masculinity. The fatherhood thing again. We've never had it. And we get into this relationship. I mean, I grew up without a dad. He died when I was very young. And when I got married, I had no clue what exactly to do after that, because I never saw it modeled. I mean, I had the theory and all of that, but it had to take some mentoring with other people for me to know, actually, I need to do this. And sometimes it had to take prodding from my wife to say, you know what, this is what I expect of you. And she said it very respectfully and said, I understand. And I would say, I'll be very open here. I said, my mom used to do this for me. And my mom used to do this. So when I got into this, I expected the mom of the house to continue, because that's what I saw for years. And I began to unlearn that, and I began to realize I had issues that I needed to deal with. As women, you have issues. Also understand, as men, we're human. And sometimes we have issues. And of course, don't take over, but let's work together. This is our relationship. Don't just sit back and complain.
Do you think we ask for too much as women?
Yes.
Not exactly.
You didn't even have to think.
Let's go shopping.
I'll take you back to you saying men become more complacent.
Yes.
I think it's women who become more complacent.
Do we?
Yes, because once you've got the man, what happens when you get married? The wife explodes. She becomes bigger. Okay?
In more ways than one.
And many of them stop looking after themselves.
Oh, so it's the letting themselves go topic.
Yes, I've got the man and that's it.
But can I ask you, we're also not superhuman. So we're raising kids, we're going to work, we're maintaining the house, we're still supposed to look hot and sexy. Is that what this is about?
I think you are. I think you are.
It's,
it is possible.
I think in a sense that's unfair. I'm not saying that women should let themselves go.
Yes.
But I'm also saying that you need to understand we can't do everything.
There we
can't do everything.
We can't do everything.
No, nobody's
Janet
asking you
Mbugua
to do Nobody is
no.
asking you to do everything.
Yeah.
Just take the effort to look good for your man. You before.
And the men, meanwhile, are letting themselves go growing pot bellies and letting them. And we're supposed to be okay with that.
That's a
And we're
status
supposed to be
symbol.
okay with it. It's a status symbol.
Tell them,
for
Janet.
the young Turks.
I'm bearing children,
Yes.
and I'm raising a family, and I'm working, and maybe I'm even going to school, and I'm still your wife, and I'm still looking after the house. I still have my relatives to go and visit. I still have so many things to do, and somehow, each morning I wake up, I'm supposed to look like I just woke up glamorous. And I'm not saying that we should let ourselves go, but I think you should understand that there's a limit. It's not something, it's really not sustainable.
And Janet, to
It's really
support you, some of us get to marry someone who is not that size, is it 8 or 12 or something? And then after we get them in the relationship, now we demand that. Yet we liked you
And yet
the
you
way
liked
you were.
her before.
And I think we need to work together with you. We need to realize this is a dance. Let the man lead the dance, but let's dance together. And if there are issues, Ian, If there are issues about looks and size, let's work together. Let's work together. I mean, you got our children, you blessed us with our children. We didn't carry those children, so even as we grow up, hot bellies, it's for other reasons. You have a good reason to get where you are, but let's work together. Let me still be the one to initiate and say, baby, can we go to the gym? I'd love to help you, work with you, for us to work on this, because it's our thing. I'm still the leader here. I'm still the initiator, and you feel pursued, and it's much easier.
Do you know, I also think that a lot of women, and I don't know if Janet will agree with me, after now, obviously we're settled into this relationship, the reason why and obviously the term used is keeping the fire burning, but to them, I think it's, look, he's now my man, but I want him to remain my man. So spending time together is so that she can just keep you close. Yes. And she's nodding her head, Ian.
Is there anything wrong
I'm
with
listening.
that?
I'm listening. No, I'm not agreeing. I'm listening.
Just don't nod.
Don't nod. He'll mislead it.
Okay.
Game face. I'm not even going to
Just to
move.
keep him close. Because when he's out of sight, we don't know what the bugger can be up to. All right? So trips to Nakumat once a week. For God's sake, you can go get the milk your damn self, all right? And then going to visit Mother. Kwani, is she moving? Is she leaving the country? And then, and then this one, I mean, isn't a holiday twice a year? And then occasionally I go to Secrets and I get you some sexy underwear, wear it, and then we press play. That's good.
But you used to do that before.
Yes, that was before.
Yes, you still need to maintain it.
Four.
Why were you doing
Remember
that?
election.
Tell us, why were you doing that
Keeps
before?
going back to the
Mapamba no peke yake.
What?
Now, Mapamba no. So now what's
now you've... No.
That tumepambana,
Thank
we're good.
God not all men are like you.
Which one of you mentioned the date night?
Yes.
Those are some of the things that I encourage as well in a relationship. It's to have your own thing that makes it special, that continues to, you can always touch base and follow up on what's been going on in your life, how you're feeling, how things
Back to basics.
But
Back to
Janet,
basics.
It's never enough, is it? If we just
No.
said, life would be perfect if, for example, Ian, myself, and pastors, I know date night is every night for you, but you see, if it was down enough, you know what, sweetie?
Yeah.
Monday is prayers with the boys. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's me, myself, and I. Friday, date night, me and you can do whatever you want. Life would be perfect that way. But that's never enough, is it?
No, not
There's always
necessarily.
more.
No, that's not
Now, date
necessarily.
night is from once a week, twice a week.
So what you're saying is that if you give them an inch, they want a yard. Unfortunately, we're running out of time. So let's have the final words. Whose responsibility is it? Kwach.
Look, gentlemen, it's pretty simple. Once you know you have spent time, money, effort, you are physically exhausted, you have surmounted Everest, you've put your flag basically on the peak of the mountain. If she wants to maintain, tell her to keep the fire burning.
Thank you. Pastor S.
I would say to the men out there, let's be the men. We started this relationship, we started the fight, we conquered the first battle. Let's keep conquering. Let's be the man, let's take initiative, let's be the leaders.
Right. Janet.
Let the men step up. Let the men step up. The women will always be the initiators of a lot of things, but let the men also be involved in keeping that fire burning.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Janet. Nice to have you with us.
Thank you very much.
Oh, come on. Quite violent.
We'll take it outside. It's okay.
Well, you've heard it. Responsibility for keeping a fire burning in a relationship is really 50-50. The men have their role to play, the women have their role to play. But as far as I'm concerned, it's the men who have to lead. It takes two to tango, but not both can lead in a tango. There has to be one who's leading. And from all of us, from Mentality, it's kwaherini.